Hey Virgos, and welcome to your April 2018 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. And oh my gosh, Virgos, I feel like I'm a cheerleader here because I think you've done it. I think that you've kind of come out the other side and are finally ready to start thriving. So everybody else, like I kid you not, like everybody else, this month is like crazy and going through what y'all have been going through for all these months. And I was like opening Virgo and I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. If everybody else is here, where must Virgo be? And here you guys are, like kind of doing better than everyone else. So I mean that comes with a lot. So maybe you've had falling outs or maybe things have gone a little bit crazy, but how much you have to evolve and find yourself amongst others and amongst yourself in some way. Basically, Virgo, before I get too complicated and crazy and philosophical, you're doing good. Try to not get too serious with yourself. Don't get down on yourself if things feel a little bit constrained or shackled in some way, because the new beginning is here, and that comes with, by default, the energy of ending. But that's been y'all for like the last 6 months or even the last year. Y'all have had like the death card more than anybody else. So you've been in that ending phase for a long time. That trauma cycle has happened. That benevolence through trauma has happened too. And you guys seem to be claiming that now. New relationships begin, new businesses begin, new careers begin, but most importantly, new ideas. New ideas. Ace of Swords is your central theme. I'm so happy to see that. That's very auspicious for you because you've needed that. The mind for Virgo has been a bit foggy. The experiences have been hard to define, and that's definition. Definition is coming into your life. So what do you need to redefine? What is lacking in definition? You come straight into Aries time here, Virgo, right after equinox, right into this 2018 cycle with the ability to define and the ability to circulate and set goals and achieve them finally. And not to say that Virgos haven't been able to achieve the goals, but you guys have been really wrapped up in that chaotic experience where you set the goal, you climb the mountain, you get there, and then you're like, oh my gosh, why did I ever want this? What is this? And now, Virgo, that's ended, and you're going to start finding goals and start finding end games, which finally give you a little bit of solace and a little bit of actual sense of completion and accomplishment. And you're feeling so young. There's something so youthful too. You have Page of Cups, Page of Wands. And then you have like 2 4s as well. So coming home, it's a month of homecoming, a month of maybe even visiting home, returning to hometown in a way that it feels positive. It's not like something is unfortunate in that way. The only difficult aspect of your reading, you do have the Devil. It is your only major arcana card. And to me, I can only really interpret that for you guys from the extent that by seeing things so wonderfully, it becomes very clear how difficult things were before. And for a small percentage of you, you can truly overcome something that was very difficult and be tempted to go back to the difficult part of time because there's no longer that type of emotional stimulation anymore. Emotional crisis can be addicting. Trauma, codependency can become addictive. It's a very powerful chemical reaction within the brain. That mimics substance as well. So it's just like substance, it can be abusive. So I do feel that some Virgos may be dealing with addictive cycles with drama, chaos, trauma, relationships. That it's very possible for some of you. But most of you, I'm feeling like because of that definition, because you're no longer being foggy, because for that to become an addictive cycle, there has to be a fog. Like, for example, it's nobody really thinks I want to have pain. I want to suffer. That's rare. Most people will redefine or have such a fogginess about the pain that there's a convincing or a conviction that the pain was actually important or needed, or that it wasn't actually pain in the first place. That's where that Ace of Swords is coming in to sort of give you the sword to cut through that and to really swim to the surface and see that in the rearview mirror, generate this wonderful reality which is coming forward here. Anyway, Virgos, I'm going to go ahead and get into the week to week. Not too long of a reading this month, really. We're not going to get too deep because this is a time for you to thrive. Week number 1, Page of Cups rooted down by the Devil. The only problem potential in the month, and I'm happy that it happens in the beginning. You're getting something over with and out of the way. You have come past something in this week very vulnerable, and that's what can sort of lead you in to attract the Devil type of energy. Page of Cups to me is one of the most vulnerable archetypes in the tarot. It wears its heart on its sleeve, so be careful of who you're being very vulnerable with, because it could sort of be a wolf in sheep's clothing type of person, and it could be not good to necessarily trust people very easily At this time, that may change and lift soon, but know who to trust in this week is the only red flag. And of course, you could be not anymore having that extreme difficult emotional cycle. Like a Page of Cups is a emotional turnover. It's like a new way of experiencing emotions. And of course, in the past, Virgo, it's been very turbulent. And you could see that, wow, it's no longer turbulent. Should I create a turbulent situation so I can remember what that's like? Beware of that. Week number 2, 4 of Wands rooted down by 8 of Pentacles reversed. Marriage energy, engagement energy, celebration one way or another, homecoming, returning to something which you've missed and needed to experience once more. Try to not let that negate your productivity. There is something needing to be very productive in Virgo. So starting the business, continuing your craft. Don't party so much that you're not giving yourself that time. And also, it feels like alliances as well, partnerships, collaborations, work which entails networking is very supported in the second week. Try to make sure that everything you're doing can maybe be an integration of furthering your business and furthering your relationships as well. And of course, everyone says never mix business and pleasure, but that can work for you in the second week as long as it's not too weighed down in the past. Mainly is the most important thing there, with the devil coming from the first week. Third week, Virgos, 6 of Wands reversed, rooted down by 6 of Cups reversed. So 2 sixes. 6 is one of my more connected numbers in the tarot. I have strong connections to each 6 card. To me, it's always transition. It's always a strong movement. So some of you could be moving in the third week or wanting to move really bad and not being able to yet because they're both reversed. They're both feeling blocked. So individually, though, those cards deal with confidence and connection to the past, connection to a sense of home and a sense of well-being and nostalgia. So what's blocking your confidence? Does there need to be a change in appearance? Does there need to be like a new wardrobe, a new house, really? Like, and try to not overspend, because I feel like maybe the budget could be a little bit tighter this month. That doesn't last very long, but try to not spend from your future this month for sure. This is a beginning time, not necessarily a time of culmination. So how can you cheaply, or without spending too much time or energy, reinvent your appearance or reinvent your sense of confidence in a way that's also in alignment with who you've wanted to be for a while? That's good territory to be thinking in the third week of April. For those of you who are like business owners or have brands or are having to project like a business image, it feels like that can be revamped here. It feels like the conceptualization of rebranding is important in the third week. Fourth week, Page of Wands rooted down by 4 of Cups. So another home type of energy with 4 of Cups there. Solitude is needed. Creative space is needed in solitude in the fourth week. So again, for those of you who are like having creative projects, or even for those of you who don't, you have to be thinking about where you want to be alone, away from other people. It feels like the chatter and the connection to other people may be preventing you from actually understanding what it is that you want. Like I just sense that Virgo has a lot of people around them right now who are telling you, oh, this is what you need. This is the path you need to take. This is what will make you feel best. This is what will make your products sell better. This is what your business needs to exude. This is your aesthetic, not this. Like lots of people who think that they know your brand or your image better than you do. And it's impeding you. Like I feel that's a lot of what's leading to that 6 of Wands reversed and that 8 of Pentacles reversed. You've got to find your own creative space and do it your way. Do it in an individual way. Ace of Swords, Virgo, as I said in the beginning, is your central theme. That is one of the best cards I think to have in central theme position, because new ideas that don't revolve around other people, new ideas that don't hinge on the needs or preconceptions of other people. This is the most important thing of April. Finding your desire with yourself, your business, your relationship. Finding a completely new idea, also for making yourself healthier, making your relationship healthier. Watch out for self-help guides. Watch out for this type of thing. Watch out for people advising you one way or another, because it feels like you yourself are the only one can truly know how to fix things from here on out. Not from here on out, but I would say for honestly the next year. Don't be too reliant on people who are like guru, or people who know how to fix the business, or people who know how to sell the product, people who know how to fix the emotional wounding. It feels like that opens a can of worms for a lot of Virgo people, because you have to find it on yourself. And I say that to everybody. I mean, this type of thing can be good. Like, all this spiritual channeling from somebody else, seeing your energy is important, and hopefully this has helped you guys. Or people who are specialists in branding, or not actually selling something, or not actually doing something, but the process of it or the way that it looks. That's important sometimes. But you always have to have content or conceptualization within yourself first and foremost, because if you rely too heavily on a third party to establish your like vehicle type of momentum, what sells your product or what is the vehicle towards your transformation, that leaves you quite powerless. So find your own vehicles, Virgo. Find your own ways and methods of transformation, and then seek guidance, once you've done it. Anyway, Virgos, I hope that this made sense to you guys. Don't let me discourage you in any way, because you are one of the most thriving zodiac signs of this month. For those of you who are feeling like really overwhelmed, check your sun, moon, rising sign. I don't feel that that's Virgo energy for the most part. Congratulations, Virgos. You've done a lot. You have overcome a lot. Best energy by far that I've seen for you in a long time. Anyway, if you guys would like to subscribe to my channel, you can click the center of your screen. Your likes and comments mean the world to me. Check the description box. I post updates on Twitter a lot, and I'm on Instagram, Patreon, all of those. And I will be speaking to you guys in May. Much love. Bye.